everybody, welcome to Old School Outdoors. As you guys know, my name is John. We got a lot of stuff going on at the shop in the next couple of weeks. We do have our fishing contest that starts at 7 o'clock on the 23rd, and that is to celebrate our 2-year anniversary at the shop. Then we also have that followed by lunch, so we want everybody to stop by. Even if you aren't into the contest, please feel free to stop by. Today I have my friend Dan go over a couple lures. I'll teach you a little bit about how to take care of minnows and when to use them. So stick around. Hey guys, so yeah, I just want to go a little bit over a Minnow Care. So we carry a variety of minnows here. So we do have rosy reds, which basically start off about 2 inches. Then we have large fatheads, which are somewhere around 2.5 to 3. And then you start going to mediums, which are 2.5. All the way, we have the mediums, the large, the extra large, and then the jumbos, which go over 5 inches. So those are just some of the minnows we carry. But when you do buy a minnow, one of the things you have to consider is how you're going to carry it. So first off, we definitely recommend getting a bucket. You have a good starter bucket here. You have other buckets here, some different varieties of the bucket, and then you have like bait containers like this, where you actually keep the minnows in there, and it's insulated, has lots of plug-ins where you can actually plug it into your car. And it has the aerator on the top, and it keeps your minnows nice and cool. So when you do get the minnows, there's a couple things you want to think about. You want to keep the water aerated, cool, and you want to make sure you don't use chlorinated water in there with the minnows. That's basically the water that comes out of your sink. When you pull it out of the sink, it has a lot of chlorine still in it. That'll actually kill the minnows if you overwhelm them with that chlorine. So one of the things I would recommend is leaving the water out overnight before you put it in, introduce it to your minnows. So that way the chlorine leaves it, and then you're able to have them, be able to dump that in there and not affect the minnows in any way. But just keep in mind, those are basically the aeration, the temperature, and making sure they have clean water, which basically means not having chlorinated water. So these are kind of important things to take care of minnows. This is just the first step in starting to use them. But when you look at using minnows, the results in the winter is a good time to start using them. With that said, I'll turn you over to my boy Dan. He's going to go over a couple lures with us.
Hey guys, my name is Dan. I'm kind of the bass angler around here. Thanks John for having me on this week. He told me to give you a couple of tips for your bass fishing going into the wintering stages of the year. The fall frenzy is kind of coming to an end right now. It's, with all the warm weather we've had, it kind of extended a couple weeks. Now that we're headed out to the wintering months, they're headed towards the wintering holes. That doesn't mean the fish are done feeding. This is still a good time to go out there and catch fish. A couple of baits that I'm going to recommend for you this time of year is going to be a jig, especially a compact jig. Fish are seeking out structure at this point because it's the only thing that's going to hold temperature with the cold water coming through. So your rocks, your riprap, even your dock pilings and bridge pilings is going to be a perfect spot for you to go out and toss this little compact jig around, and you're going to catch a lot of fish on these things. You're going to catch more fish, or you're even going to catch the big fish on that. The other thing is if you can find the healthy green grass out there, even though it's cold, there's still going to be some lush green grass out there. Maybe not as much as there was in the summertime and the springtime, the fall time, but right now you can still find it, even around dock pilings and whatnot. A rattle trap, lipless crankbaits, those things are going to mimic the bait fish phenomenally, and you're going to catch a lot of fish this time of year on that. With that being said, that's all I've really got for you this week.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us this week. We hope to see everybody next Saturday at our 2-year anniversary. We get that fishing contest that started at 7, ends about 1. We are going to start lunch probably about 12:30. I'd like everybody to come on out, even if you're not participating in the contest, come on out and celebrate our 2-year anniversary. We thank you for everybody's support in the last couple of years and how great it's been to serve the community. Thank you for all you guys have done.